This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2020 Coleman Lantern travel trailer. The model number is 263BH. So this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So to start off, we have power stabilizers. One switch controls both rear jacks. There's a switch up front that controls both front. It's very simple. Extended, retract. You don't lift the trailer with it. You just take the shake out of it. You just stabilize it. You have a rear entry door here. This is the black tank flush. So you can flush your black tank when you dump it. Just remember, like it says on this sticker, always have the gate valve, the black tank flush valve, open before you hook water up to here and turn it on. So keep that in mind, that you always want to flush it with the valve open so too much pressure does not build up, okay? You have a power awning with LED. You've got outside speakers, of course. This is a vent for the range hood right here. Service panel for the refrigerator. That is the vent for your furnace. This is your water heater. So right now it's empty, of course. You can see the plug is right here and it's been removed from there. This runs on either gas or electric. So the thing to remember is you can't run it without water in it. So when you're getting ready to camp in the springtime and you put your plug back in, make sure you fill the tank before you turn it on. It's important. And if you're going to drain it between camping trips, like a lot of people do, most people probably do, always make sure you fill it before you use it again. That's important. I'll show you where the switches are to operate this inside the trailer, okay? Alright. This is your freshwater tank fill. The most common way to get water to the trailer is your city water fill, which is just basically hook up your hose, turn on the faucet, and you're all set. Everything's pressurized and all your plumbing works. If you're camping someplace like boondocking and there's no plumbing, no city water, you can pre-fill this tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you where the switch is for the pump when we get inside also. So you have two options when it comes to water. That's just 120 AC. You have a flip up steps with adjustable legs, of course. Your other switch for your front stabilizers. Okay. Pass-through storage. This crank here is for your tongue jack. In case the tongue jack fails, you can always crank it. So this is your power tongue jack here, and you have up and down, of course, and then you have a hitch light on it. If it ever fails for any reason, you can pull this plug off here and use that little crank and crank it manually. Now the other crank that was in there is a little bit different. It's a cylinder with a slot cut in it. So if you come around to the off-door side and you look at your stabilizers from this side, you can see there's a shaft with a pin through it, right? Well, that fits, that jack with the cylinder with the slot fits right over that, and you can actually crank these stabilizers manually if they happen to fail for any reason. So you can always get yourself out of trouble that way also. Okay? I'm having brain and body freeze here, so it is cold out. This is just a hookup for a Furrion solar battery charger kit. So if you're ever interested in that, you can get one. This is a proprietary hookup, I believe. So that's what that is. You have a deep cycle marine battery. You have two LP tanks, 20-pound tanks, which are full with regulator. Of course, I showed you your power tongue jack. Okay, come around this way. Just the other side of your pass-through storage. Okay. That's your slide room. These are your dump valves, your gray valve on the left and your black valve on the right. Remember to leave that black tank valve open when you're flushing it. This is your city water hookup, the most common way to get water to the trailer. You just hook the hose on there, turn it on, and you're all set. This is campground cable through to the inside of the trailer. Your 30 amp cord pulls out of the side and it tucks back in there. Okay. You have this is a housing for a pre-wired Furrion backup camera kit. So if you want to add a backup camera kit to this, you can do it. We sell them here. You can get them anywhere. Just make sure you get the proper kit, the kit that fits that housing. It's made by Furrion, okay? It's pre-wired. And this is an outside shower slash sprayer, hot and cold water both. Okay, so let's go inside before I freeze here. Okay. The broom in here to sweep all the snow as we open it up here. Okay. All right. When we first walk in the door, this is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be. Let me look at it close here. If I can get down here. I'm going to come back to you on this one here. That is the, it's definitely that looks like, I guess it is both a CO and a liquid propane detector. We'll see. Okay. As we look up here, this is our control panel here. You have your power awning here. Extend and retract. With the lights on. Never leave it out unattended if you're not going to be at the campground. Roll it in. Then you have your slide room switch here. Your water heater. I mentioned electric and gas. This one runs on gas, so it's a gas water heater, and there's the switch to turn it on right there. Okay. Your water pump is right here. We talk about that to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. Okay. Then we have your levels, your batteries charged, fresh water, so on and so forth. It graduates up in 1/3 increments. Okay. Alrighty. So we have a fireplace here. Let me get my glove off. You have to select fireplace or air conditioner. So this time of year we got the fireplace selected. You can't run them both at the same time, obviously. Let's see what this is. This is the remote for this. So maybe the fireplace doesn't have a remote, but it does have buttons here. So turn it on right there, and then you can adjust the intensity of the flame, color of the crystals, and there's a timer, it looks like, and then an on and off switch. Maybe no timer. I guess just the on and off switch. Okay. Boy, it's really kicking out the heat now though. Wow. So that's a good thing in the sense that you can, on those days where you don't quite need the furnace running, you can run this using campground power. It just runs on 120 AC, so you don't use your limited supply of liquid propane, so that's good. Obviously the TV hangs on here. This is where you hook it up. There are these green lights here. You can shut them off if you want, but you don't want to do that. You want them on because that tells you that your digital antenna is turned on. If you don't have it turned on, then you won't get a good signal. Okay. Alrighty. So this jackknife's flat. Turns into a bed. This table, you can pull the poles out, drop the tabletop down onto these cleats, and turn it into a bed. Bunks, of course. Come back around. Microwave. This is your range hood we talked about. If you're going to be venting, your range hood. If you're cooking and you want to vent to the outside, you run the fan. Make sure to have that baffle open. Light, of course. When it comes to your range, you have a sparker, which is right here. You turn clockwise to spark it. Then you have your 3 burners and knobs, and then this one is for your oven. They have it right there. When it comes to the oven, there's a pilot light all the way to the back, and so what you do is you come over here and you go to the picture of the flame, and then you depress it. You keep it depressed, you light it, and once you see the pilot light, you still hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, so does the pilot light. So you have to light the pilot light each time you use the oven. And you have an ambient light and an oven light. Always travel with this closed. Let's see what else we have here. More light here. We have another TV bracket here and hookups. Okay. And there's your packet with your stuff in there, your literature. You got a little bit of storage under the bed. Always keep these doors latched so they don't slide around on their own. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Well, let me see if I can get some light in here first. That'd probably be a better way to go. Okay. Some more light here. Okay, now we can see what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm semi-embarrassed to say. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out for you for sure. In my years of doing this, I've never seen one like this. I'm actually stumped. Warning, Tom. Okay, yeah, we'll have to get back with you on that when you come in here. We'll have more information, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, so what else? Let's see here. Refrigerator is a gas absorption of refrigerator. So it's automatic. It automatically seeks out at 110 AC. If it can't find it, it automatically lights on LP gas. So if you're away from the campsite and it's a super hot day and you're going to be off adventuring for the day and there's a power failure at the campground, it'll sense that, it'll light, and you won't spoil your food or anything like that. So it's a good thing. This is your power converter right here. So you have basically this converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged into shore power, you have 120 AC here, and they're all labeled. And then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here, and they're all labeled here, and you got 12 volt DC. And it's also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery up front has and needs, and it'll, as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll send enough amps up there to keep it charged. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. And your bathroom is pretty typical. It has a GFCI in it. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through this GFCI, so keep that in mind. If you ever have an issue with the receptacles, always think GFCI first. And the flush pedal is at the front down at the floor for this toilet. So when you get hooked up with your power and your water, you'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical in the bowl. Then you'll stand on the pedal long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there. You can use more than a gallon of water, just not less. And it's ready to be used. The thing is, you can't you can't run it dry. You have to have chemical and at least a gallon of water in there. So make sure you do that, okay? Alrighty. Last but not least, the thermostat, which is self-evident. You turn it on and then you just keep pushing the mode button. Fan, cool, furnace. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Cool is air conditioning, and of course furnace is your LP furnace. Okay? Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Right now this trailer is winterized, so make sure you when you're ready to camp in it, you're going to de-winterize it first. You're going to flush the water out of the system. The water heater itself has valves on the back. You'll have to educate yourself a bit if you don't already know this. You may know all this, and you're going to have to remove a panel and put the valves in the correct position, and then also make sure you turn on the hot water and let the tank fill before you use it, okay? Thank you very much.